That was what the galaxy called it, and for centuries the name had been true. It was the greatest fleet ever built, millions of warships spanning entire sectors, forged by the Zareth hegemony. Their dreadnoughts were larger than cities, armored, with neutron-forged plating that no known weapon could pierce. Their carriers blotted out stars, releasing swarms of fighters that filled space like locusts. Entire civilizations had fallen when the Armada came. Every battle was the same. Resistance would form, shields would rise, fleets would gather, and then the Armada would arrive, and resistance would become ash. No one had ever defeated it. Not once, until humanity, that hegemony, had dismissed Earth as a trivial world, a backwater that had barely joined the galactic network. Human ships were small, their fleets pitiful compared to the endless might of the Armada. The hegemony did not even bother conquering Earth directly. They simply sent orders: submit, pay tribute, bend the knee. Humanity refused. The Armada moved. It entered soul space with a storm of fire. 3 million warships descending like gods of war. Their banners stretched across the void, a message to the galaxy. Defiance was suicide. Every species tuned in to watch the annihilation of humanity, expecting it to last no longer than a single day. They were wrong. When the Armada advanced, Earth's defense fleet, a mere 100,000 ships, moved to meet them. Compared to the endless tide of the hegemony, they looked like insects. Even coalition allies begged humanity to stand down, to surrender, but the humans only answered with silence. Then the first human salvo launched. It wasn't a missile. It wasn't a beam of plasma. It wasn't anything the galaxy recognized as a weapon. It was a pulsar ripple that spread across the void like invisible thunder. Where it passed, hegemony ships simply broke. Their shields collapsed in silence. Their engines sputtered and died. Neutron plating crumbled like wet sand. Within seconds, entire battle lines dissolved into drifting wreckage. The Armada shuddered. 3 million ships had entered Sol. By the end of the first hour, 200,000 were gone. By the end of the second, nearly half. The hegemony screamed orders, threw formation after formation into the storm. But it was like throwing dry leaves into a hurricane. The humans fired back, again and again, and every pulse shattered more of the Armada. It was not just destruction, it was humiliation. The Invincible Armada was falling apart like paper burned by invisible fire. By the 5th hour, the survivors fled. The Great Armada, undefeated for centuries, had broken. Its commanders abandoned their fleets. Its soldiers surrendered in waves. And all across the galaxy, species who had lived in fear of the hegemony watched the impossible happen. The news spread faster than light. The Armada has fallen. The Invincible Armada shattered the moment humanity fired back. For the first time in history, the galaxy realized the hegemony could bleed. For the first time, the chains of tyranny began to crack. Rebellions sparked on distant worlds, fueled by the sight of human defiance. The hegemony tried to deny it. They called it lies, propaganda. But the wreckage drifting in Sol's orbit told the truth. The proudest fleet in existence was gone, scattered like dust in the solar wind, and humanity stood victorious when the Galactic Senate demanded answers. When terrified empires asked, "What have you done? What weapon did you use?" the humans said nothing. Their admirals gave no explanations. Their scientists offered no lectures. The only message came from Earth's president, BROADCAST, across every channel. "We never asked for war. We never sought conquest. But if you bring war to humanity, you will learn what it means when we fire back." The silence that followed was not peace. It was fear. For in that single battle, the balance of power in the galaxy shattered. No empire could claim supremacy. No fleet could claim invincibility. The galaxy understood, in one undeniable moment, that the era of hegemony was over, and a new era had begun. The era of humanity.